know why haters be telling me to mind my business when they're out here not minding theirs. Shut your mouth and enjoy the tea. We all know you're here for it, sis.
With Loga, fishing over. You a queen, wanna less than I'm a gozy. Owamie, Owamie. Owamie, Owamie. Owamie, Owamie.
Hi ninjas, how are you guys doing? It's your girl Owamie aka Miss Fair Focal, bringing back for entertainment. If it's the first time joining me, almost definitely welcome. Please do make sure that you subscribe and obviously hit the bell. I absolutely love it. Do not forget to follow me on Instagram. It's at boldly Owamie, okay? Now my ninjas, today it's Thursday and I'm recording this video right now. I got ready thinking that I'm going to go ahead and just film like entertainment videos and obviously upload them for you guys, but in all honesty, you guys, like I was just not feeling like the best, and so I always love that, when you're watching an entertainment video from my channel, like, while laughing, everything is great, but it's not every day that, like, you guys, I'm jolly. It's not every day. Some days I legit feel down, and I think that today is just one of those days where I'm feeling a bit down. I also think that is also because my helper was here, you guys. So when I came back from Free State, I came back with her on Sunday, and so I've been with her and I was enjoying her so much. And this morning she obviously had to leave, and so I accompanied her, and when I came back I was like, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do now? Like, I'm back to like an empty house basically. You guys know I stay together, which is fine because it is by choice, but I feel like it is still going to take a bit of adjustment and everything. And so when I was sitting here, you guys, I was like, okay, so I guess there's gonna be no video again today, but then I was like, no, let me go ahead and film this video because there's this particular topic that has been like in my spirit. I was like, maybe I'll upload it on a different Monday because I already have content for Monday, and I think that the video that I'm going to upload on Monday, you should definitely not miss it. For some of you guys that do not know, because I've seen that there are still people that are asking like what's going on, the surname change and everything. I am currently going through a divorce. And the reason for the divorce is because of my husband, soon to be ex-husband, cheated on me. There's been a lot of confusion in terms of like, was it once, like, girl, were you just, I actually saw this other comment, and I won't lie, that comment she did get under my skin, where this lady was like, we know you guys, like, like, it's like you were just waiting for him to make a mistake and then that's it, like you were done with him. And for me, I was like, I almost cussed, girl. I almost cussed. But, I was like, no, I've made a lot of mistakes in my marriage, and he has made a lot of mistakes, and I've forgiven him in all the mistakes that he has ever made. However, cheating is not a mistake, that is a decision. So when a person's like, you were just waiting for him to make one mistake, do you really think in 9 years someone would just live perfectly? Like, is that even possible? So it did honestly like piss me off. I remember I did comment back to that comment. I was like, girl, get your life, okay? Like, it did piss me off. But anyway, my ninjas, I feel like there's something that I actually have had to deal with it, and I've had to deal with it because of I've gone through a lot of crap in life, you guys. Like, I personally just feel like if I was someone that can just put my story out there completely, fully, there's a lot of you guys that would actually understand and realize how strong I really am. And I'm very proud of myself for that, you guys. And I think that there's also this misconception that, strength means that maybe you don't hurt. No, you hurt, but you find the strength to actually like move on and make good decisions for yourself despite of whatever it is that is happening. And I guess just make sure that you put yourself first in situations where you're forced to have to put yourself first. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the thing that has been in my mind right now, you guys, is basically forgiving oneself. Guys, I honestly, like, today was just sitting, and I guess maybe I will blab in this video. Some of you enjoyed this type of videos. Those that do not, I'm really sorry. You guys will get an entertainment video that is banging tomorrow, I promise. I'm gonna just gather my thoughts so that, like, in that video we are laughing, we're having fun. It's gonna be Friday. It will be up 7 a.m. in the morning. And so basically, you guys, what I just for me, forgiving yourself. Forgiving oneself, you guys, it's very important. And unfortunately, with life, you only get to live it once. And that, I think, is something that has always been in my mind. And that's because growing up, my father used to say that a lot, that, life has no reset button. Life has no, let me go ahead and undo this, and do that and that and that. No. And unfortunately, if there's anything that I've actually also learned the time that my mother passed away, was that life also does not wait for anybody. Would you like to start a new YouTube channel but you have no idea where to start? Or you already have one but it's not going well and you wish you could get someone give you some personal advice? Well, who better than someone with over 100,000 subscribers? I'm giving those services for a small fee, of course. The details will be on the screen somewhere here, so make sure that you follow them and say hello to a new successful YouTube channel. Now, let's go back to the video chat. Hey, Owamie here, and I have some great news. If you have a YouTube channel or a business and you would like to get some affordable advertisement, I offer those services. Follow the instructions on your screen right now and say hello to some new traffic. Now let's get back to the video. Life can be very, very cruel, and I feel like that's just because even when, like, you get a real hit, like even when you get punched in the stomach, no matter how hard that is, life does not care. And unfortunately, that is life. Life still continues, If it was Monday yesterday, tomorrow is going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, if nothing has happened. Do you understand? And so I think that was such a valuable lesson that I actually had to learn after my mother passed away. And that is because you guys know that I've told you that I actually suffered depression, and I feel like I almost gave up in life. For years, I was just, in depression, and I somehow feel like, there was a part of me that almost wanted to be the victim. And I realized, you guys, that being the victim in this world does not help you with anything. People only feel sorry for you for a particular, for a very short period of time. And then after that, they just basically start talking about you and move on with their lives. And so that's one of the reasons why last year, no matter how hard my life was, no matter how miserable I was, no matter how much I would cry on a daily basis, you guys never saw, because I made sure that I will always make sure that I'm taking care of business, because I did not want to go back to my younger self, the one that slid into depression. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do at this moment. Like, obviously I understood that I'm no longer a child, I'm a 30-year-old, and on top of that, I do have responsibilities, you guys, towards myself. I also have responsibilities towards my goals. And so I would understand why there are certain people that just never really understood, to say that, you went through all this and we never even saw it coming. And in terms of, like, I was just okay, well put together, but I won't lie to you guys, behind the scenes, I was falling apart. And so that's just because, you guys, I've been getting a lot of messages, and my sisters are asking me, like, oh, my ninjas, who are my sisters, Owamie, how did you do it? I feel like you just have extra strength that I do not know. Baby girl, it's painful. It's just that I laugh when I talk. I laugh now, but girl, I've said this before. I don't think there's any pain that I felt more than that, except for the time my mother actually passed. Girl, my grandmother passed, and it did not even hit me as much as I got hit now. And I think that maybe it's also just because my grandmother was old. Even though it was very painful, this I did not even see coming, girl. And so there's a lot of things that actually happened, and I consider myself to be one of those people that is really truly blessed in terms of the hardships and my upbringing, because I had a very tough and rough childhood. I did suffer abuse as a child. It did make me stronger. And I guess it has also taught me to say that no one is coming to save you. I say this all the time. Nobody is going to come and save you, so you have to save yourself. I remember there's a status that I actually uploaded, or basically captioned in a picture, to say that sometimes the savior is not coming because the savior has already arrived. Sometimes you are the savior and you need to just basically save yourself from whatever situation you're in. And now obviously I'm going to refer to like things like divorce because that's what I'm going through right now, but that is not the only thing, you guys. It can be in a work situation, it can be in your personal life relationships, in terms of like with friends, in terms of like with family, in terms of like with a spouse, in terms of like with every single thing. If you don't take control and actually tell yourself to say that, you know what, it's either I deserve better, or it's either I'm going to continue in this, but I need to find a way that is also going to suit me, because obviously if I'm in a situation that I don't want to be in, something has to change. Nobody's going to come and change that thing for you. So if you are in a situation that you know I honestly hate, I do not want, and you do not start taking steps on how you can actually change that situation, or remove yourself if the situation cannot be changed, or find a way to accept, then it's going to be like that, or even get worse as time goes. But one thing you should know for a fact is that no one is going to come and drag you from that office and say, girl, leave because they're abusing you in this job, or because of like they treat you like horrible in this job and stuff like that. If you don't start saying that, you know what, I'm gonna give myself a 3-year plan and I'm going to work this place, but I'm gonna be saving money, I'm gonna start this business, I'm gonna try that, so that in 3 years I'm out of this place. No one is going to do that. And it's so unfortunate, I feel, in the fact that with life decisions, it's not as easy as it seems. It's not easy, but at the end of the day, it's also not impossible. It is possible, because there are other people that actually take those decisions and they still continue to live. Now, when it comes to forgiving yourself, you guys, as I said, I refer back to like when my mom passed, I slid into depression. I was not doing anything with my life. I mean, I would just wake up and sleep. That's it. Like, I wouldn't do anything. Like, it was really bad, and that went on for years. For the longest time, I felt guilty. I felt like I lost so many years, and honestly, like, it was as if that also hindered me. If you guys go back, I think it's a video that I uploaded year before last, if I'm not too mistaken. I think it was in 2019, so it was before all this mess, you guys. I didn't even think I'd get a divorce or anything like that. So for some of you that would think that I'm only saying this now, no, sorry, I do have a video where I was actually talking about this, and I was saying that forgiving yourself is very important. You need to forgive yourself. Number one, once you forgive yourself, you start your process of healing from whatever it is that you have hurt yourself with, because it's very toxic and people do not understand. There are a lot of people that stay in miserable situations because they feel like they need to punish themselves, and they're punishing themselves because of the decisions that they have made. Sometimes you don't need to punish yourself, sis. Sometimes you just need to tell yourself, I made a mistake. No one is going to go out there and make a horrible decision for themselves that they know is going to mess up their lives willingly. In my personal opinion, I feel like at most times we just think that this situation will change at one point, or this situation will get better, or here it will be like this, or it will be like that. And unfortunately, the truth is in the matter is that we look at at situations in different ways. And so I personally felt the time that I was still depressed and just not in the right state of mind at that particular moment, I felt like that was best for me, and I felt like I was mentally incapable. And that's the thing that, honestly, you guys, I do not even want to lie. Being somebody that has suffered depression and knowing how deep it can actually get, do I think that there would have been more that I could have done? Yes, I personally feel that. However, I do also acknowledge and understand that Owamie did not have as much resources as this Owamie has. That Owamie did not have as much experience in life as this Owamie has, because this Owamie is old as hell. And so I basically just started looking at, like, yes, if it is now, I would have never stayed in that situation. I would not have stayed in that depressive state. I would have tried to find something. I would have done this. I would have tried that and that and that. And so that was when I started basically forgiving myself, to say that it's okay, that happened, number one. Number two, you cannot get back the years that you have lost. However, you can actually make a decision now to say that I'm going to stop, and I'm going to actually change a new leaf, and I'm going to start with something new, so that I don't feel like I've wasted my coming years in a later stage. So I'm really grateful that I actually did that, you guys, because I will not lie to you guys, I live with no regrets. Even when I say that, I'm in a situation that is very, like, I'd say uncomfortable. I'm in a situation where like things are tough. Like last year, I felt like an idiot. I don't even want to lie. There was a time where I felt like I was a horrible fool. And I felt like that because I was like, they always tell you, like, when you're with someone, you should leave room for disappointment. I don't know how people do it. I didn't have that room for disappointment by people, and there was a part of me that actually blamed myself. I was like, you know what, you should have just known. They've told you're smarter than this. You should have just known that you cannot fully trust somebody and stuff like that. And I just had to really work on myself. I had to work on all the decisions that I ever made with this person, all the sacrifices. I mean, think about it, girl. I relocated to 3 freaking states where I got no visitor. I mean, when I say no visitor, I mean no relative, no friend, nobody except for this person that I just relocated to this foreign place with. Is that advice I'd ever give anybody? No. I don't even want to lie. In my personal opinion, the only time you see me relocating, they're like, oh, she's relocating now, she's going to be with a man. That's if you're in America, okay, because at least that side could be better than here. That's my personal opinion. So I know that it's going to also grow my personal growth. But, like leaving Joburg, Gauteng, girl, to go, like those are just some of the stuff that I felt. I started just blaming myself. I started just, I felt like started just wanting to hold a grudge against myself to say that, like you were just too stupid. This is something that you should have seen coming. This, your mind is going to play tricks on you with a lot of things. Now, as I said, I'm going to obviously just refer to what I went through or recently went through or still dealing with, obviously. And so honestly, you guys, when I was sitting and I was looking at it, I was like, no. The same way that I forgave myself, it's just that it took me longer to forgive myself from, just sitting and not doing anything with my life after my mother passed. I was like, I'm not going to repeat that same mistake. So the first thing that I did was that instead of me falling apart and just not working and whatever, I decided I'm going to work. If anything, I'm going to do my best to push as many videos as I possibly can. And obviously that made me feel good. That's number one. The second thing, I told myself that, I did not know better. And sometimes I think that it's very, very good in life to understand that, you know what you know. This is life. And sometimes there are people that will want to just make sure that, you feel it, They will throw it back at your face constantly to say that, well, you should have seen this coming, you should have seen that, you should have seen that and that and that and that and that. Or you have stayed in an abusive situation for years and years and years, and now you're no longer staying really because you're just like, okay, now you're staying because you're just like, you should have left the first time, or should have left the second, or the third, or the fourth, and now, you're dealing with these consequences. These are the consequences of your actions and stuff like that. Life is too precious to be lived by you constantly punishing yourself for certain stuff or for certain decisions. I find it that it's so weird that, as people, especially as women, we are so comfortable with forgiving other people, and we are so quick to forgive other people than we actually forgive ourselves. And that is so wrong. And I think that that's also because of, as young girls growing up, especially in Africa, you're basically taught to be a mother at a young age. You're taught to be a wife at a young age. So you are groomed to take care of other people. You're supposed to take care of your husband. You're supposed to take care of your kids. But we're not really taught how to take care of ourselves. How to fully love ourselves, how to put ourselves in a situation where we just tell ourselves that, if ever I'm put in a situation where I have to choose between you and me, and you're choosing you, I need to now choose me. And I need to do what's best for me. And it's all women that do this. We were taught a certain way, and so we teach our kids a certain way, and then, their kids teach their kids a certain way. And it's really, I just feel like, we're a new generation, number one. The generation that we are is very much enlightened. We have got all the resources, most of the resources at this moment. We know a lot of things. And I just feel like, we can actually make a difference. We can change certain stuff. We can just live for joy, live for happiness, live for peace. I don't think that there's anything more important in this world than just being at peace with yourself. And also, you guys, like when I looked at it and I was telling myself that I need to start forgiving myself, and this is a process, you guys, mind you. And remember, even when you forgive someone, if they do something, you kind of just like, because it kind of takes you back a little bit. I know you know what I'm talking about, girl. And you know, be patient with yourself as well. Some days maybe you will wake up and you just feel like crap and you're just like, girl, but you should have known better. But just understand, okay, I'm having a bad day. Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and I'm like, girl, I have forgiven you. You did not know better at that time, but it's better because I know better for us. So, you know, our future us, the future us is going to be at a much better place to make decisions. And I think that the other thing that is also very important is that as people, let's learn and start learning from our mistakes. I personally feel like it's so useless for one to go through a mistake, a mistake, a mistake, a mistake, a mistake, a mistake. Like, girl, you mean to tell me you ain't learning? Because if you ain't learning, then there's no growth. It means that you're living your life in circles. You constantly keep on making the same mistakes that you've been making 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Like, no, honey, you need to level up and make sure that, you know, you learn from your mistakes. Now, for me, I mean, I was sitting you guys today and I was just thinking about it and I was like, you know, there's probably a reason why God wanted my platform to get bigger and for me to go through all the stuff that I've gone through and the stuff that I'm still going through. And just to make sure that, you know what, even if it's one person or two that I help out there, then I am okay. And honestly, that is also just because of I am somebody that I don't think I know everything. And I understand that, you know what, I'm still growing, you know. There's certain things that I viewed in a certain way, like last year and year before last, that I don't view it the same way now. And just being self-aware and understanding that, you know what, we learn as we grow, we learn as we go. If I feel like there's anything that I need to come and be like, girl, I've changed my mind about this. I remember that's the time I told you guys when I was talking to you guys and saying that, you know what, like, you need to be married in community of property that shows love. God, don't do it. It's a trap. That's a conversation for another day. If you guys want me to get into details of why I do not believe you should get married in community, then you can go ahead and comment down below, you guys, and we can discuss it and talk about it. And I mean, I feel like that different scenarios, obviously, it will benefit. Like, just don't put yourself in a position that will never benefit you, okay? Put yourself in a position that will always benefit you, because other people will constantly choose themselves, okay? So basically, yes, my ninjas, that's what I just wanted to say. From the messages that I have actually seen and read, from some of the ninjas that are basically, you know, sending me DMs and telling me their stories, I am really sorry that you guys go through so much. And unfortunately, I feel like that is just part of life, you know. We go through stuff, you know, you go through this, you go through that, and you know, it gets better. Sometimes it gets worse before it gets better. Sometimes it gets worse, and if you don't take control of your own life, it just continues to get worse until you kill yourself or you die. Unfortunately, that is life. There are some that will survive, there are some that will not survive, and I think that's just a matter of you are also going to just have to choose, you know. Tell yourself, am I going to be part of those that survive? Am I going to be part of those that don't survive? Or am I going to be part of those that are going to just, you know, live my life miserably until the day I die? It's a personal choice. And so, you know, there are those type of stuff, you guys. So today's message, I guess, it's just to say that ninjas, no matter what you have done, forgive yourself. I once saw this other status of this lady. She was like, she had a boyfriend, you know, she was in varsity, she had a boyfriend, and she was saying that, you know, her boyfriend was not well or something like that. He was in an accident, and so she would miss classes, basically being at this guy's place and taking care of him and stuff. And when she was about to go write her finals, and mind you guys, she did not, you know, she had not been attending all the classes and stuff like that. She found out that, you know what, her boyfriend actually had a wife, and the wife came from the villages, and she was there with the boyfriend. And so when she called the boyfriend, he was like, I'll call you back, and blocked her. So she said that, you know, she was unable to study and stuff like that. She went and wrote and she failed, and unfortunately she said that she lost her bursary. And so she was just so full of regret. Like, some people are in regret when it comes to those kind of stuff. And obviously it's something that is horrible, because now you have to, like, rebuild your life. You need to restart and stuff like that. And it's not easy. It's not easy. I don't even want to lie to you guys. It's not an easy start. And so forgiving yourself also helps to say that you will know that you deserve better, even wherever it is that you're going. Even in the future, you're going to feel like you deserve better because you have fully forgiven yourself and you're at peace with yourself. Some of us, we accept nonsense and we accept being treated so miserably because we are at war within ourselves. We have not forgiven ourselves for past mistakes that we have made. Someone probably sitting and maybe they've contracted HIV and they are still holding a grudge against themselves. I should have done that. I should have done that. I should have done that. I'm not saying that there are not gonna be days where you feel like that, but if that's how you feel every day, then it means that you have not forgiven yourself, and unfortunately you're not going to be kind to yourself. Because unfortunately, when there's unforgiveness, then there's like, oh, whatever happens, oh, that's the consequence because, girl, you have done this and that. It's very important to be at peace with yourself. Now, I don't know if you guys even enjoy this type of videos, so you can go ahead and comment down below, girl. I can stop them if there's no need. But I just felt it in my spirit today that I need to talk to you guys to say, guys, please forgive yourself no matter what it is. Even if you quit that great job thinking that you're starting a company and the company fell through apart and now you don't have a job and you don't have a company, girl, forgive yourself, sit down, re-strategize, and see what is the next move. Because unfortunately, sitting and saying that you are just wallowing in this, life is not waiting for you. That's what I always say. That's the unfortunate part. Life is not waiting for you, and life is not going to wait for you, and no one is going to come and save you. If you have people that still say that I'm going to support you and you're very blessed, take advantage of that opportunity, not the people, the opportunity, and build yourself. Because I am telling you, as time goes, everybody moves away, and that's just life. Some people will not physically or just say that I'm leaving you, but they die. Like, then what's going to happen to you? I think that is also just very important. Forgiving yourself is also, like, in my personal opinion, the first step into taking control of your life. You now start looking at situations exactly for what they are, and not necessarily for, oh, that's the consequence for this, that's the consequence for that. And the last thing that I'm going to tell you guys, stay away from wanting to be the victim. Stay away from the victim mentality. Victims achieve nothing in life. Only survivors, okay? Only survivors achieve things in life. Because unfortunately, when you look at yourself as a victim, I feel like, in my personal opinion, you even block your mind. Even when you think of, let me start off a business, it's like, Nataka, nothing works with me and stuff like that. And you never know. It even gives you low self-esteem. So you can't afford to go through life like that. Life is too precious. It deserves to be lived. Live your best life, forgive yourself, re-strategize with your whole entire life. If you have to make drastic decisions about your life, do it. You deserve to be happy, and you deserve to be at peace with yourself before you can be at peace with someone else or anybody, even including your kids, your family and all that. And normalize, like, going for therapy if need be. The public system provides free psychologists. I remember the time after my mom passed, I had a free psychologist who was just the best. I still use it even till today. So, you don't necessarily need to have money to say that, I should see a psychologist and stuff. They are there, use them. There's a department that is there. There's a reason why those people are there. And so that will also actually, like, just help a lot of us. Dear women, we deserve to be happy in this life. We do not need to constantly be talking about problems, We deserve to be happy, we deserve to be at peace with ourselves, and we deserve to just forgive ourselves. So anyway, my ninjas, I hope that you enjoyed this video. As I said, comment down below, should I stop with this type of shende? Or would you guys like to see them, and maybe I can include, like, a motivational video here and there with topics that obviously you guys will be choosing. And maybe we can even do them live. Who knows? I'm gonna just have to sort out the audio issue, because you guys know that I have audio problems in this house whenever it comes to, like, going live. But yeah, I love you so much, my ninjas, and please understand that I do these videos because I care about you guys. I love you guys so much. I'm so grateful for the support that you guys give me. I sometimes even get shocked, and so I feel like it's sort of like a natural reaction that when people show you so much love, you're also going to show them so much love back. So thank you guys so much for being there for me, for being so supportive. If you're an Instagram girl and you watch my stories, hey Shibobo, hey, your response are crazy. But I love you, ninjas. Stay blessed, and I will see you guys in my next upload. Bye.